Good afternoon, everybody. It's Ann Katzoff of Ask Design. Welcome. I'm going to talk to you today about using Google Hangouts for your online meetings. In my last blog post, I shared my list of viable tools for video conferencing, and several clients then requested that we actually use one of my preferred tools, which is Google Hangouts. So the only glitch was that they didn't know how to use it, and I thought, great, it's a perfect subject for another blog post. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I talk about in that blog post. First of all, if you don't already have a Google account, I highly recommend that you get one. You set one up right now. And the reason is because they provide an entire suite of applications, which includes Google Hangouts, Gmail, YouTube, Google Drive, Google Docs. As a designer and developer, I also use their more technical applications, such as the Webmaster tools and Google Analytics. So people with Google accounts have immediate access to the Hangouts application. Those without Google accounts can be invited to Hangouts by the host or hostess. Some of the key features that really drew me to Google Hangouts is the video conferencing, the screen sharing, chat, the ability to take control of other participants' desktops, and it has a nice deep integration with other Google apps. The quality of the video and sound does vary from high-end to very good. It depends on the bandwidth, the time of day, and the weather. We get a lot of storms here in the afternoon in Florida during the rainy season, so you have to be mindful of that. Okay, so why don't you log into your Google account, and I will just walk you through some stuff. Okay. If you are logged into your Google account, look in the upper right corner of your browser window. You'll see a small 9x9 grid of squares next to the round image that's your Google Identity Gravatar. Click on the grid to reveal the drop-down menu of apps. And if you don't see Google Hangouts, which is right here for me, click on More until you do see that, that icon. So once you click on it, you'll be taken to the welcome screen for your account. If you still have trouble finding the Google Hangouts icon, you can always type the address in the URL section of your browser screen. You can then initiate the call. You can start a meeting in several ways. There's this tempting option to click on the circled hyperlinks, video call or phone call. A new window will pop up and you'll be prompted to type in the email address of the person you want to connect with. And it sounds simple, but in actuality, it didn't work as smoothly as I had hoped. So I found a simpler and more successful solution, which is to start a new conversation. So look on the left side, you'll see this whole list. These are people that I've recently had conferences with. So for example, I'm going to call Peggy in just a minute. You can find the person in the list or just type in their email, which preferably would be a Gmail account. So let's click on her name. And on the right side of the screen, another window appears. And this is where I then click on the video call icon. So I'm going to do that. And you'll see I'm logged into two Google accounts right now, so I hope it doesn't get confusing. I'm going to go back and forth from my screen to Peggy's screen. So let's click on that icon, and you'll see first on my screen what happens, and then on Peggy's side what happens to the recipient of that request. Okay, so it says calling unknown. I don't know why it says that. Again, then on Peggy's side, you'll see this pop up. You want to answer. And then eventually, the other person who's calling you will appear. So here we are. I'm pretending to be Peggy. So that's why you see me in both windows. But we've successfully made the call, made the connection, and now I'd like to show you a few other things. If we hover at the bottom, this will also indicate the video, and this is the microphone. And when you're done with the call, you hit this red button. So up here, in theory, we can add, but we can add people to the Hangout. Click on the gear, and you can check other things. Then these three dots, that's where you can share the screen and go into chat mode. So it's very good to know where all these tools are. One last thing to note is on the left side, at the bottom, is the message thing. Okay, so if we click on that, you can send a message to everyone in the call versus the chat feature, which is a little different. A whole panel comes up. I often, in these video conferences, keep the chat panel open. Now, once we're finished, we just go to the red button and hang up. Let's try that. And then it says, "Hi, Peggy." I'm going to go back to my screen. So now we have completed the call and used Google Hangouts a little bit. So I hope this video tutorial was helpful to you. If you want, you can go back to my blog to read everything in full. The address is right here, www.askdesign.biz/blog. Please leave any questions or comments. I always welcome your feedback. Have a great day. Bye-bye.